my stream now.
Let me make sure my stream's gonna work, cause it's, and then so I can mute it and shit.
Dude,
Give me like a countdown to when you go live.
You recognize it? We're live, dude.
yeah, I'm live.
Positive, we're all live. So feel free
My
to
advertisement went right in too. Right off the
feel
bat,
free to get us rolling.
Alright, what's up guys, it's iFlyILLINI, and we are here with the Brutal Truth Debate podcast live. I'm here with myself, iFlyILLINI. We've got Wak4863 Sinumatic and Optimusmagnum. We're going to be talking about probably mostly Raw Instinct, because that's what you guys want to hear about, right? So we're going to ask some questions and stuff like that, but this is going to be a pretty good episode. Hope you guys stick around, and make sure to leave some comments and ask questions. So let's get started.
Let's do this. Who wants to roll up on this first? I mean, I know this is like the topic of, I don't know, the week, the month, the year maybe. Who wants to jump in? Get started.
It's old news now.
Shit.
I don't know.
So, Manic, you want to go in first?
I mean, I was just gonna say I don't really think that the topic, other than the video, got really any good discussion. I mean, I know we was talking about PK. I tried to watch PK, and about 50 minutes in, I was like telling myself, if I don't get up and shut this shit off, I'm gonna throw my computer screen. It was so like they were like, we're gonna let you tell a story, and then they were like, oh, let me tell a brief story part of it, and like went into like fucking mermaids and the normal routine.
Dildos and gay bashing.
So I don't think anything got covered there. I know the Keemstar thing was a debacle too. Like, it didn't work out the way they tried to do it. I don't think that anyone's actually like debated or talked about the subject. I mean, I don't know. I know iFly's been live streaming and stuff, so he might have done it on his own, but...
Yeah, so what questions do you have, Sin, right off the bat?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, my opinion differs from everybody else's a little bit. Like, I feel like that it was a good video, and, you know, some of it I agree with and some of it I didn't agree with. Like, I do agree with if someone tells you they're going to do something, that they should do it, or they're at fault. Like, that was my biggest thing about the video. But the copy and stealing video things, I didn't actually completely agree with that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I mean, that's one of the biggest things that people don't agree with in the video.
Well,
if there's one thing that people say.
Right. I was going to say, my reasoning behind that, too, is, hold on. I actually, and I'm not going to, like, link them or anything, but I actually went through and found videos that I already knew that T. Martin and Raw Instinct had did it to each other. I'm not going to say that Raw Instinct didn't start copying this stuff first, but I do know that there are videos that went up on Raw Instinct's channel that went up 2 or 3 days later on T. Martin's, and back and forth. And I even actually got linked to videos of yours that went up 2 or 3 days after Raw Instinct, so I don't know how that happened, but, you know, what I'm saying is anyone could look at that, and any one of you guys' subscribers would say somebody's stealing from the other person. It happens all the time, but that was my whole thing with it.
Yeah.
That and the fact that, like, to me, tips and tricks videos are like everybody and their mama does it. Everybody does walkthroughs, you know, let's plays, all that kind of stuff. So to me, it's all the same thing. And you know, of course, I mean, I even look at to go so far as people say, yeah, but let's plays are different because that's you talking about a game. But usually people get pointers and tips in the let's plays, and a lot of time they go look through a walkthrough to get those tips and pointers. So they're actually taking that content and sticking it somewhere else. You know, so I don't know. That's just my opinion on that part of it.
Yeah, that's understandable. And the one thing about, like, taking the tip videos, you know, everybody does tip videos. You can go look at any commentator that does tip videos and find somebody else that did that tip before them.
Right.
Most likely, just because thousands of people are doing it. And the difference between that and Raw Instinct is that Raw Instinct would do just the exact same shit as myself and T. Martin. He didn't copy so much off of me because he only did 3 videos. But, I mean, T. Martin, for example, he would use, like, the same graphs. I tried to show a little bit of it in that video, but I think the biggest one was, like, the shotgun. He would show short, medium, long range, and then break it down with the shotgun proficiencies. and T Martin had almost the exact same layout for those things. It was just incredible, the audacity he had to copy that far, and then he would use the same map to shoot at the same wall,
Right.
use the same you compare the recoil and all that stuff. It was just the way that he went about copying it. I mean, he didn't. The problem was that he didn't put his own spin on it, which is what everybody else does.
Yeah, and he even got to the point where he was copying thumbnails from T Martin mainly, and colors and blast radiuses and all sorts of shit like that. So I would say that, and I did the brutal truth about it, that this kind of stuff happens absolutely every day. We all kind of copy from each other, but in his case and scenario, it was, I don't know, out of control. It was over the top, I would say. But it's funny to see how people have split on it. People either say, oh, I don't care about the copying, it's not a big deal, it happens all day on YouTube, or they say, that's the worst thing that's happened, and that guy should be crucified. And the people that are like, it's not a big deal, have a real issue with the fact that he said, yeah, I'll like your video, or yeah, I'll shout you out, and that he never did it. And personally, I have an issue with that. I think, man up and say, hey, you know what, either I don't like your videos, or for whatever reason, I'm not going to like your videos because I'm stealing them, whatever, or say, hey, look, dude, I just don't give a fuck about liking your shit or giving you a shout out. I think he either needed to man up and do that, or he needed to do what he said he was going to.
Right, and I agree. I mean, that I agree with. I was going to point out another thing, too. Like, I noticed when you was on Woody's stuff last night, did you see how quick they turned that into all about T Martin and Raw Instinct? I mean, you actually got really lucky, like, to have a lot of those guys come and like your video, because a lot of them did it because they're T Martin's friends and they hate Raw Instinct. So
yeah, and I mean that wasn't my intention at all with putting T Martin in it. My intention with putting T Martin in it was just to show that, I mean, it wasn't only me that he was copying. He was copying T Martin, and to the extent that he was copying was the big point that I was trying to get across with that.
Right.
Oh yeah, even if you wouldn't have put T Martin in there, though, I'm telling you, just calling out that guy, if T Martin would have seen just you talking about it with nothing with him in it, it would have got to all those people still. So really, it doesn't matter that you put that in there. It still would have got to those people, because I actually know Max, and I've been in like a few live streams with him, and it always came up. X-Jaws tried to call him out in a live stream. I've seen a few people, basically just jump on him and be like, why you still in T Martin's videos? Like just calling him out or whatever. So, I mean, it was bound to happen eventually anyways.
I think it's kind of like, I'm one of the type of people that, like, I see that kind of stuff, and I call it shady shit. But I understand copying ideas and concepts, that's normal. But when you copy actual videos, in my opinion, like the way he was doing it, and copying tags, copying thumbs, just so he can show up next to the other one and then try to, like, make himself look like he was that person, so that way they just click on it. It's genius, it's good, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, it's shady, and I know YouTube has no rules. I know that everybody, says, well, it's YouTube, that's how it is. But, who fucking made those rules? That's what I want to say. Like, who said it was okay to just do that?
The rules of life, Optimus.
What?
The rules of life. You mean to point out real life situation where this happens every day?
But I don't agree, man. There's rules, like I said before. Like, to me that was like, I'll say this again. Like, it was like copying somebody's college thesis or paper and having the professor catch you and say, hey, you know what? 2 years ago, I had a student give me this exact same paper. All you did was change the words, and that's what I felt like happened to Raw Instinct. He got busted, and now the people are pissed off at him. But I think they're more pissed off at him because so many of the big commentators helped it out by tweeting that out, so it got much more bigger audience or whatever. But my question actually to iFly is what really like made you make that video? Like, when you did it, were you like just so pissed off at the dude that he was just taking the stuff and just not it wasn't the fact that it was just not him liking the video, but you're just so angry that he was just like using you, or you felt like he was using you, or you just like, or were you really just not pissed off because he was just not giving you the like or the shout out that you wanted?
I was pissed off at everything he did in that video, and I had enough. I mean, I had no idea that this video would get that big. I just wanted my opinion to be heard, and wanted people to know about this guy, and I wanted him to go down. And that's just me being completely honest, because I saw what he did, and nobody else did, so I wanted that to be out there. And I thought that video would get 1,000, couple thousand views, but it turned into what it did, and he paid for it, so.
Did you?
Yeah.
And you didn't claim that video, did you?
Not at the beginning. After it hit like 200,000 views, then I claimed it.
I had to clean this shit out the bag.
I got a great question in the chat here that I'm gonna pose. Is has Raw Instinct lost his partnership with Machinima or anything? And I'm going to go ahead and chime in on this. I don't think he will lose his partnership with Machinima. I don't see that that Machinima is going to stand up and take a side and say that he's okay in what he's doing, but I also don't think that Machinima is going to pull his contract away from him. My expectation is that they'll ride it out and they'll let it disappear, and nothing will ever happen to him more than the subs that he's going to lose from the video.
Yeah,
I don't think he should lose his contract.
There's
I don't
nothing.
think he should.
Yeah, there's nothing in the contract that states that. I mean, if he would have got a strike for
had
it,
enough. He got busted. That's it. Let him deal with what he's got to deal with. He's fine. He should do whatever he's going to do to make his own videos or whatever. But he's got to win whatever subs he does have back, and I'm sure he will, and he'll still get views and stuff like that. He'll be fine. But I don't think he should lose his contract. But I'm glad that you outed him. I'm glad that you just said something. I'm actually happy you did it. But maybe he'll think twice before doing that ever again.
Yeah, and back to that contract thing real quick. The reason why people are asking that, because the little evidence, or well, it's not really evidence, but the rumors that I've heard have been people talking about how on like VidStats or Social Blade, it'll say what partnering company you're with, so Full Screen or Machinima, and then it said he was with Machinima before, and now it just has nothing. So that's the only thing I've heard, but I don't know if that's true.
I'm going to look it up right now just because I'm interested. There's also a comment in my chat calling you out for copying videos. What do you have to say regarding that?
Okay, now this is another big thing, because people don't see the difference between blatantly copying and selling products as your own, and taking an idea and putting your own spin on it. So I think they might be referring to the Woody's Gamertag video about where if you put colorblind assist on, you can see enemy stealth bombers. And I mean, if you can believe me, I didn't see that video of Woody's Gamertag. I did, however, see somebody else's video or read about a tip where you could do that. So I made a video about it. And it's just completely different between, a real world application of this. So, I mean, Whack, like you put in the Brutal Truth video about the energy drinks. If you take, anybody can make an energy drink. That's fine, that's legal. But it's when you take Red Bull, you buy a whole stock of Red Bull, empty those cans into your own can, and then sell it as your own product. That's the best analogy that I can come up with.
Sure. And I got to give props to Sinumatic for that whole Red Bull thing. He's the one that gave me that idea in the first place when we were chatting through it. So yeah, that came from him. But yeah, you're absolutely right. And I know a little bit about copyright law, some logo stuff, some different stuff like that. And there has to be a 60% change between them. And this is why you won't see those videos get a strike from YouTube, is in a gameplay scenario. I mean, if the guy has a different sensitivity level than you do, if the guy puts a different color correction on it, and all these things add up to where it can be more than 60% different from your video. He may walk the exact same lines, he may talk about the exact same things, be doing the reload video or whatever it is, and he can still get away with it from YouTube because they legally don't have a foot to stand on.
Yeah. Right. I mean, and another good point, like I was trying to tell Optimus, like when you look at it in a real life perspective, and I already fucking forgot the guy's name. The guy who invented the light bulb. I always want to think it's Albert Einstein. I always say it wrong. It's not Albert Einstein. Who the fuck was it? Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
All right. So when Thomas Edison, everyone says that Thomas Edison invented the light bulb when actually there were hundreds of people creating light bulbs at the time. And he actually had to go to court for this and fight for the patent for inventing the light bulb. And he won, but there were so many different people that had the same kind of light bulbs, and they were trying to patent it too. At the same time, when you look at a light bulb now, and this is where I come to, like, stealing your video would be if he downloaded it off YouTube, uploaded it, and put his voice over it, personally. But, if you go look at light bulbs now, you have GE, Sylvania, you have all these different light bulbs. They look exactly the same. They have the same stuff in them. They work the same, everything. Because you can't, GE can't sue Sylvania as long as, they don't put GE on their thing.
Right, as long as they're not making a counterfeit product.
Right. Yeah. So as long as they create the light bulb, but even though it's exactly the same, they can still sell it. It's their product.
Yeah. And here's something that I want to cover real quick, just because of the comments in my chat right now. First of all, you're being called a fraud in my chat. We're not talking about copying videos. If you watch my Brutal Truths, I did a video 2 weeks ago saying don't start YouTube, and I listed a ton of reasons why people shouldn't start YouTube. And one of those reasons was that you're going to end up copying somebody. Now, whether that's on accident or on purpose, it doesn't matter. It's going to happen. What we're talking about here is a degree and a level of copying somebody else's video. Raw Instinct, and I'm sure iFlyILLINI will agree with me, has the right to make tips and tricks videos. He has the right to take ideas from other videos, but when you can set the videos side by side and say, realistically, this is the exact same video. I mean, yeah, there's a color correction or whatever, but it's the exact same video. That's when we're talking about, man, there's a degree that we've gotten to of copying that is a little bit out of control.
Yeah.
And do you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. There's nothing legally wrong with what he did.
It's a moral issue. It's an ethical issue, and the sad thing is when you come into a lot of people that don't personally know each other in real life, it's just really, really bad. I mean, if you look in the business world right now, there are people that are friends that stab each other in the back every day. I mean, that's just how business works.
Definitely.
And my whole thing is, my whole moral standpoint on it, the reason it doesn't really bother me as much as it would like Optimus is because I really don't give a shit. Like, personally, at the end of the day, like, the only thing that's made me mad, and I don't stay mad very long, is the problem. I've put up my songs that I made and had people jack those and upload it, title it, and basically steal everything from the title to my actual video, and then not even give me credit in the video and get 5, 10. I've seen people get 20,000 views off my own shit that I don't even get 20,000.
You can flag that though, can't you?
I actually contacted Machinima at one point in time, and they're like, it's a lot of hassle to try to do it, and all this, and blah, 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 blah.
They've taken people's vids down before. I've seen them before. Like, you go to click on the video, and it says, this is property of Machinima, and there's a little thing on there that says that. I've seen them do that before. Why would they give you a hard time?
I don't know. I just left it alone, man. I just left it alone because, to me, at the end of the day, somebody's gonna... I mean, they title the video Cinematic, whatever. They just don't give me any links to my channel or nothing, so I just figured, fuck it. Like, if somebody types Cinematic in YouTube, they're going to pull up a bunch of my videos, so it's not...
But my thing is, when you create something, let's say, it's not about, like, necessarily being, like... It's necessarily when you're putting your mind to work and you create something, right, that you feel is fresh and new to YouTube, you know what I mean, like a series or a show or something, and then you put your hard work into it. I know people always say, well, it's not that hard to do a commentary. Well, it is when you're doing shows or series or trying to do something special in the sense that you're doing different graphics, layouts, edits, whatever you're putting into it. For instance, like my show on Respawn, Days Forward, nobody's doing that. There's nobody doing that. And I told you, I got the idea from a TV show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the only one that did that is the TV show, but my show isn't based off that. It's not even the same thing. It's just one thing that I took from the TV show that I liked.
Right.
But I'm saying like if you put your heart effort into it, and then just to see somebody with like 200,000 subscribers look at it, copy it, and then do it again, and then get like all those views, and then not even give you like credit for watching your video and saying, hey, I got this from Optimusmagnum, it was his idea, and I just want to let you guys know that he started it or whatever. You know, just all that. Just all you have to say is just like, yo, I got the idea from this. Why do you have to steal something and then make it yours, and then now my show, now looks like I was the second to do it, or you know what I mean? Like after I'm the one who thought about it, that's where you get angry, because that's your baby. That's what you did. It's almost like your rap. Say you did it, and you made your own beat and did all that stuff, right? And then somebody steals your beat and makes another rap, changes just a few words, and then you're like, what the fuck? That was mine. You know what I mean? And then he gets like, I don't know, 1 million views off of it. You feel wronged.
Right.
And that's why I feel like he was coming from iFly.
Actually, I think Sinumatic has been in that situation and scenario, because he was the original commentator rapper, and there have been a handful of people that have come out with their own commentator rap, and
not many people even know that.
Yeah, and
Sinumatic was the first one that I heard with the commentator rap. I remember that.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, I see these other people, and they're getting like more views than him. And I'm like, how? He's the original.
Yeah, and they've never come back and said, hey, originally Sinumatic did this, and I got my inspiration off of him, and go over and check out his channel. So he's been a direct victim of having a great thing ripped off, because the commentator raps that Sinumatic put out were absolutely amazing. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, Sin, but you haven't done one in a while, and it's because of that kind of bullshit.
That's one of the reasons I stopped doing it. I mean, alright, so I did the first one. As far as I know, you can look through all YouTube that you want. It actually went up on OpticX's page before it ever even went up anywhere on my channel. About almost a year and a half, 2 years ago. And then I had a guy that was on my, and I'm not even going to name his name. I had a guy that was on my community channel that I just let people upload whatever the fuck they want, that had mentioned to me that he liked my music and that he freestyled or something. The next thing I know, Jive Turkey came out with the commentator rap, and I hit him up, and he was like, or actually he hit me up. And he was like, people are telling me that you did a commentator rap. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, I didn't even know that. I just did one. And I mean, it was cool with me because he actually went by, checked out my shit, and, all that. And like I said, it wasn't like he just jacked my song. He just took the title of whatever you want to say. So I wasn't really mad about that. But then the other guy came out all of a sudden with commentator rap 1, 2, and 3. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just not going to do it no more right now because to me, I just don't like it. I mean, it's just a played out ideal now. But, at the end of the day, I'm only mad because the other guy, it's almost like I knew that, he got the ideal from me. And never really said,
the other guy can't even rap.
And he said, he never said, hey, I'm going to do this. What do you think? None of that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do about it. It's no big deal to me. But you got to look at the fact that this is the way I look at it. I do get mad. I get irritated. I don't get mad. I get irritated when people just blatantly just rip my video off my page and put it on their page. I do get mad about that somewhat. But at the end of the day, you have to look at it like this. YouTube was created off stolen content. Period. It still to this day stays so big because of stolen content. Look at all the musicians, the rock stars, the rappers, the country stars that people say, oh, this is my favorite, so-and-so song. I'm just going to take it off my CD, stick some lyrics on it, and make a YouTube video with it. Well, they just stole somebody's song. Now, watch. I bet you they're going to start cracking down on that very, very soon because YouTube's mind is that YouTube is getting ready to change. That's why you see all the big name rappers with Vivo channels now. And they're not going to have Eminem with the Vivo channel and then have 1,000 other Eminem songs on other people's channels. They're going to come start. What they did was they worked out a deal with. That's why you see all the third-party content claims now, where you go to somebody that put up an Eminem song and it'll say, buy this song on iTunes. That's because YouTube is saying, fuck it, we'll leave the video up, but we have to, do this or that. And sometimes they put ads on it, and I heard the ads, they actually give those to the artist if he has an account. So, I mean, I don't know, but you see what I'm saying? Like, people post TV shows, movie clips, music. That's what... The only original thing that started out on YouTube was people doing vlogs and, like, fucked up videos. But a lot of times, those fucked up videos weren't like, I went and captured on my webcam. Somebody else probably captured it. I found it on the internet and uploaded it on YouTube.
Right. You found it on a different site or some bullshit like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's been happening since the beginning of YouTube. So that's just something that's got to be dealt. Like, you just have to figure out how to deal with it yourself. And like I said, anybody can be copying anybody. And, I feel like Raw Instinct was wrong for not giving you the shout out, not liking a video, and putting you through all the shit that he put you through. But at the end of the day, I still don't really feel like he deserved to just lose a ton of subs because, I can understand if it's that morally wrong to the people that unsubscribed, I can understand why they unsubscribed. But if they were somebody that was perfectly happy watching his videos and just found out he did something that was wrong and unsubscribed, to me that's silly. That's like saying, oh, the guy that made Star Wars, he's an atheist, and I'm a Christian, so now I will never watch Star Wars or support it again. Like, to me, that's just, I don't know. That's something I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
I don't watch Tips and Tips videos either.
But some people just don't. Some people just probably sat with them wrong. So that's why they did it. They probably felt like, I don't want to be associated. I don't want to watch somebody or support somebody that I feel does that. So that's probably why they just unsubbed. But he didn't lose all of his subs.
No, he lost about 20,000, 30,000.
Yeah, he lost a few. So I mean, it at the end of the day, he's still gonna, he'll rebound, and that's good. Good for him, But he'll think twice about, like I said, stealing videos and stuff.
He didn't even lose 30,000. He lost about 13,000.
Was it 13,000?
No, about 20.
That's a lot. He lost my whole channel.
Yeah. I lose your channel. I mean, I go to my sub box and can't find it. I fly.
Yeah.
Before we start talking randomness, is there anything in all the stuff that you've seen, the tweets that you've been sent, the private messages, the Skype messages, the other videos? I mean, I looked at how many video responses you had to your video alone, and there's, 50 in there? And then the videos that other commentators have made and everything like that. Is there anything from any of those videos to any of those messages that you want to address and just get out there and tell people, hey, this is how it really is, this is the way I feel about it, anything like that?
Yeah, it's iFlyILLINI.
Hey,
dude, I couldn't have said that better myself.
Hey,
dude, that's epic.
Real quick, I just wanted to say one last thing about the whole thing, because I see somebody just put in the chat, stealing beliefs is different than stealing. And I guess because I had said because someone thought this way you would unsubscribe or whatever. But my whole thing is on stealing. If you steal a candy bar, if you rob the whole store, to me it's all stealing. So, you could basically say everybody's a thief to some degree on the internet. So my whole outlook on that is you either got to let it go, or you have to sit here and structure out what's, from what's bad to worse and all that, because at the end of the day, stealing is stealing, period, no matter what you're doing. I don't consider it stealing, so it doesn't bother me, but like I said, if you go to Wak4863's video and you like what he's talking about and you say, oh, something similar happened to me, I'm going to go make a video and tell my story, that could be ideal stealing. So, you know what I mean? Like, to me, it's all the same to me.
And it's funny you bring that up, because I just actually had that happen by one of my good subs, kind of did a spin-off of something that I've talked about. And for me, if you talk about a topic that I've talked about, I think that's great. Because a lot of what I try to do is I try to raise awareness, and I try to give people, the real life outlook of what's going on YouTube. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking
You
about.
just started a new network.
Yeah, exactly. I've got my own website all of a sudden. But, for people to come out and make videos regarding the topics that I'm talking about is a great compliment to me. And I like to see that.
Well, the good thing about it is spread your name around.
Yeah,
somewhat.
well, and I don't get shout-outs in them. It's not like, hey, I got this from Wak4863.
You do when I steal stuff from you.
Yeah, when you do. But as long as somebody doesn't steal, like brutal truth, like they don't post up, this is the brutal truth about, I'll be okay with them talking about the topic. But as soon as somebody comes out with that on it, that's my line. Like that's where
I'm starting my brutal truth series next week.
That's all right. I'll be at your house next.
It's going to be called The Brutal Truth About Bacon.
Bacon. Yes.
Brutal Truth About Bacon. That's the best show ever. I'll watch that.
Hell yeah.
Anything with bacon in it. Yes, definitely.
I personally prefer bacon wrapped bacon.
Art Trooper just said YouTube plus Pornhub equals YouTube. Did you guys actually know that YouPorn? Did you know that YouPorn is owned by YouTube?
Oh, get the hell out of here!
I shit you not. I mean, I can't 100% tell you that, but I've seen it all over the internet that YouPorn is actually owned by YouTube.
That is epic. If that's true, that's the best story I've heard in a long time.
There's a couple questions in the comments that I want to answer.
Go for it.
So they're both
read the question first.
All right. So TGB Kyle, he said, "All right, iFlyILLINI, no hate, just a question. You claimed in your video that you don't care for YouTube. You would much rather fly jets. So why make a 16-minute video if you don't care?" And that's false. I never said anything like that. What the point I was trying to get across when I talked about being a fighter pilot instead of having a YouTube career is that I'd rather do that. But I do care a lot about the subject that I was talking about. And I never said that I didn't care about it. And then he also asked where I get my tips from. And, I mean, I get my tips from all over. You can go to forums, other videos. But the thing is, you can look at anybody's video, read the title, and come up with a tip with it, because they give away pretty much the entire thing in the description or even just the title. So you just research that tip a little more yourself, and then you make a video on it, and it turns into something completely different than what that original commentator talked about. So those are the only things I wanted to answer. So
okay, I would say if I had the choice between making YouTube videos and somebody offered for me to fly $1 million plane around the world, or to fly a jet, fuck yeah, I'd fly a jet, dude. That's awesome. Well, who doesn't want to go freaking thousands of miles per hour flying above the earth and just yeah.
Well, the reason why I talked about that was because I saw in my head coming a whole bunch of people just saying, "Oh, you're just jealous. He's got 250,000 subscribers. You're jealous." And so that's the only reason I talked about that.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though, that people like to say, and I noticed it. Like I noticed it in the tweets and in the comments and people like that, and they're like, "Well, the kid was jealous. The kid, he was mad. He was just mad." And that's the first thing that people say, and then they start like not understanding where he was coming from. And that's the thing, you gotta put yourself in somebody else's mind and think about where the other kid is coming from. Not look at all the subscribers he's starting to get, not look at the stuff he's getting, the views he just got on a video, and start assessing it that way and thinking, looking at cinematics, and not worried about what else is going on. And I think that when people make the comment that he's jealous, I think there's basically, I look at it as they're jealous because of the way they came off in the comments, you know what I mean?
Well, I think another problem is that a lot of people didn't even watch the video, so
yeah, and I think that's why a lot of people, and I said it in my brutal truth, learn the guy's fucking name. I mean, you have, if you watch this video that you're talking about, and you have this firm belief that you know what you're talking about, and this is your opinion on the situation. Did you say your name in the video right at the beginning?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I heard, "Hey, what's up, guys? This is iFlyILLINI. I needed to get this off my chest." And
How you doing, iFly?
it was so aggravating, and this is going to put Optimus into something because we were talking about that the other day, but it was so aggravating to see these guys that these kids look up to and that they kind of base their morals on and they blindly follow them, to watch them, you know, commenting on this video where the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I watched this video from iFlynn something or another." It's like, I mean, come on. You know, you say that you have an educated topic. You know, you've got an educated look at it. Nobody else understands YouTube except for you.
Yep.
But you can't get the guy's name right. I mean, and the other problem that I have with the fact that they couldn't get your name right is realistically the first place that you start dehumanizing somebody and making them somebody that you don't want to have contact with is by removing their name, because names are what separate us from the animal kingdom. I mean, I don't know a single animal that has a name beyond like zebra that isn't in a family setting. So, you know, yeah, your dog or your cat has a name, but you've given it that because it's in your family. If you see a bird on the street randomly, you're not going to be like, "Oh, yeah, that's Wilbur." You know, you dehumanize someone when you take their name. And
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I got ragey about it when I was
Yeah,
watching.
I hate it. I hate the videos like that. I hate when people say. My thing is, when you have that big amount of subscriber count and you're basically saying your opinion, and you know you have all these little kids following you, and you gotta remember, all these kids follow these big commentators because, number one, they look up to them, and they see them as, like, you know, who knows, father figures, or they're just like their little idols. They're like, you know, video game idols or whatever. But at the same time, they all want that peace, man. They all want that one time where maybe they'll shout them out in like a podcast, or shout them out in a video. So they'll do anything, agree with anything, do anything they possibly can for these bigger commentators sometimes. So when they say stupid stuff on the internet that doesn't even make sense, without even a thought, not even a thought statement whatsoever, it like angers me, because you have all these kids that'll just say, "Oh yeah, he said it, so it has to be true." No, it's not. Take your time, think for yourself, and be your own person, and take the time to watch somebody's video and see where the other person's coming from, instead of making an assessment based on what somebody else said that you follow because, you know, you just idolize them so much.
Yeah, and like the thing with that is, when somebody would get my name wrong, it all credibility for the rest of that video is gone. Mm-hmm. Because it's so obvious that you didn't even pay attention to any of my other videos, or even at least this video.
Yeah, you could tell. You could tell, man.
Yeah,
you could tell. I could tell in your voice, man. You were pissed.
Hey, real quick, I guess Martin Videos won. I guess that's one of iFly's subscribers, because he doesn't. I don't think he knows. I guess we didn't introduce each other right. I've been the prick, the faggot, and all kinds of other stuff in the comments. But then other people are saying
they came to yours to call you that, because I don't have any of that going on.
I don't know. But then evidently there's other people in here saying like who's who, whatever. So I'm Cinematic.
Cinematic is a good dude, man.
Hi, the guy with the hands on the screen is Cinematic. Next to me is Optimusmagnum. Then Wak4863, then iFlyILLINI. So, hopefully you guys caught that.
iFly, I have a question for you in my stream. It comes from my boy Morning After Kill. He says, now that you've gained a massive burst of subs, how do you plan on keeping them engaged and active on your channel?
Well, in my opinion, and this is just me, I know a lot of others have different ones, I think I've been making fairly good content. And before that video, I took a week and a half to put together that video. But before that week and a half, I was putting out daily content for about, I don't know, 3 weeks, maybe more straight. I was doing these different series and stuff. So, to be honest, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. And hopefully, people will like it. And if they don't, then they subscribe for the wrong reason.
Honestly, I got to that part in the discussion, and I would actually say definitely just do what you normally do, because if you try something too crazy, you might turn off some of your subs that you've already had. If you go like so extreme with like the editing and stuff and make the best video you've ever made, then right then and there you're kind of stuck in that. Like they want to see that. I mean, I'm not saying don't ever make a better video, but I'm saying I would definitely start out just continuing like nothing ever happened for at least a couple weeks or so before I threw up some extravagant shit that, you know, I spent 20 hours doing. You know what I mean? Because you want them to stay there because they like what you're going to do on your channel, not because you put up some crazy montage that you're probably only going to put one up every like 6 months.
Yeah.
I agree. I think, you know, your channel and your content is going to continue to grow. You're going to continue to make and produce better videos. I've talked with both of these guys about the fact that your previous videos are of good quality and that you make good videos. So I would suggest continue to make your videos. You're going to continue to grow. You know, you're going to continue to put out better content as you grow. And I don't think trying to hit a home run with every video is necessarily smart. And the reason why is because I think you're going to sacrifice some things trying to do that. You're going to say, oh, this isn't good enough. The brutal truths on my channel that do the best are the ones that I almost delete. I say, man, I really don't want to upload this because of whatever reason, and then I get to the point where I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to do it and take the consequences, and those have been the most popular. So, yeah, I agree with Sinumatic over there sleeping. Continue to do what you do, man.
Yeah, I think at some point somebody's going to get disappointed. So I felt like what he's saying, that to hit a home run on my first one, it just sets people up for disappointment. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, and not being yourself and not producing the kind of content that you want to is setting yourself up for disappointment too. Because you can only do that for so long before it's like, okay, I really want to produce what I want to do.
Yeah.
That's what we all do. We started our channels to do what we want to do on them.
At the end of the day, I mean, you can't please everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what content you put out, you just can't please everyone. I mean, there's gonna be somebody that doesn't have the same taste as you, or doesn't agree with something you might say, or doesn't like something that you're playing. I mean, it's just that's how it is. It's part of YouTube. But for every one person that doesn't dislike your stuff, if you have another 3 or 4 or 5 or who knows what, how many that like it, I mean, you know, I'll take that ratio any day.
Let's talk. Yeah. Let's switch it up. Let's talk about a topic that I didn't even discuss with you guys beforehand. Anyways, we'll start out with iFly and work our way back to me. It's a big topic. The whole Chick-fil-A thing. Everybody knows about that in here?
Oh yeah.
The whole what?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Fuck. I don't know about it. What is that?
All right, Sin, bring us in for people that don't know in here. And
so basically right now, and I heard of this actually. I watch the news like crazy because I do the news on my channel, and I still haven't done a news video on it because I'm kind of like, I don't know how I want to do it. But I actually found out about it on Facebook. Someone in my town invited me to an event to boycott Chick-fil-A. So I started looking into it, and evidently the CEO of the company said he was against gay marriage. Now, I don't know what else he said, but I do know he said he was against gay marriage. He said it went against the Bible and, you know, blah, 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 blah.
Boy, here we go.
So that's what's going on. You have a massive amount of people boycotting it, like, don't go to Chick-fil-A. Then you have a lot of people coming out saying, fuck you, let's line up at the doors and make Chick-fil-A a bunch of money. But
what is Chick-fil-A, first of all?
Chick-fil-A is like, it's all chicken fast food restaurant, basically.
I've never heard of a place called Chick-fil-A in my life.
Yeah, they don't serve beef, but it's a fast food restaurant. So
is that in New York?
I don't know.
It's
I don't live
all
in
over.
New York.
It's nationwide.
Oh, really? I've never heard of Chick-fil-A, man.
All right, so iFly. I guess, what's the question, Sin?
So what does he think about the whole situation?
Well, I think freedom of speech is a private company, so he can say whatever he wants. I mean, that's it. That's my take on it.
You're boring. Go to Whack, I guess. Go to
Whack. I'll try to be less boring. I'll try to keep you awake. So yeah, you and I actually, you brought this up to me, but we really didn't talk about it. And I want to say before I get into what I'm going to say about it, so you brought it up to me. I forgot about it. I was at a shopping mall that has a Chick-fil-A, and it was ridiculous. Like, there was cars lined up all over the place, and I actually got on my iPhone, and I was, like, Googling what the hell is going on at Chick-fil-A today, you know, like, are they giving meals away? What the hell is up? But, yeah, so it was a mess. But that being said, so what do I think about the fact that he came out? And I think we live in a society where we're very political. And I think we live in a society where people say they're tired of politics. They want people to come out, be honest, and say what they're going to say. Are you for gun laws? Are you against gun laws? Are you for gay marriage? Are you against gay marriage? Where do you stand? And we always get a political blah, blah, blah answer, and I can see Sinumatic's falling asleep over there, so I'll speed this up.
No, I'm listening.
But I think I got to commend the guy for coming out and saying, hey, this is the way I feel about it. Now, whether he's right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm not going to say, because I really don't care about the subject. But for a guy to come out and say, you know, hey, this can get me a ton of hate, or in his case, I guess it can get him a ton of love too. So, but I'm going to come out and say it because it's true. I like it. I think it's a cool thing. I think it's probably a windfall for him because there were so many people that came out and supported him. And what did the protesters do? The protesters stood outside with sticks and got thirsty, while the people that were supporting him went inside and got soft drinks. Maybe it was all a business ploy. I don't know.
It could have been. So what do you think about it, Optimus? I mean, you're somebody that doesn't really...
He said he was against gay marriage?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, I don't care. But I mean, like, I don't know why as a business owner of a place, I guess, that's really well known that I didn't know about, why you would say something like that, because you're just hurting your own business. I mean, it's cool to say what you feel, you know, but when you're a business owner and you're trying to make, millions of dollars or whatever, why would you say something like that and ruin some people that might be gay, that might be wanting chicken? I don't know.
Or might want to work for
So do you want me to give you so I'll give you a breakdown of how I feel about it and what other things I've seen go on since this happened. I'm not for or against gay marriage. I could care less. If gay people want to get married, to me, I don't give a shit. Get married. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a hater against gay people, and I just don't really care. Like, I'm not going to run out on the streets either and be like, please let gay people get married, because I really don't care. You know what I mean? If that's something they got to fight for. When I went into the Facebook post, I said, why would I want to come help you boycott Chick-fil-A? They didn't say anything about it being whatever the issue was. And somebody else said because they're guys against gay marriage. I went and looked that up. And then I came back to the group, and the girl says, please don't come in here hating. And I said, well, isn't creating this group and going to boycott this restaurant hating on the restaurant? I was like, so you're telling people not to come in here and voice their opinion if it goes against yours.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Don't have an opposing opinion? Don't have an opposing opinion.
She meant don't come here hating on her hate.
Right, exactly. But anyways, here's what it comes down to. This guy says he's against gay marriage. Is that morally wrong? I guess it's in the eye of the beholder and the person listening. I don't agree with it, but at the end of the day, I agree with freedom of speech. He can say whatever he wants. To me, my biggest thing is if you don't like fucking McDonald's, you don't go gather up everybody and say, I don't like McDonald's, their food's bad for you. Everybody, let's get together and go, you know how you hurt McDonald's? You just don't go there.
Yeah.
Because by going there and making a scene just brings the media in and gets it more hype. And there are going to be people that are going to draw lines. People that are going to say, I'm against gay marriage, I'm going to Chick-fil-A to support this guy. And then there's guys that are like, people that are like, I'm not against gay marriage, but I want my Chick-fil-A today. And that's how I look at it. Like, I don't care what it is. It has to be something really, really crazy. Like, I know we all probably would agree And I know we all like different places, but I like Wendy's, for instance. And if I found out that fucking Dave, that little fat bastard, just didn't like fucking whatever, purple bunnies, and that was my favorite shit in the world, I'd be like, fuck you, Dave, give me my motherfucking triple cheeseburger. Because I like their food, so I don't give a shit what they say.
Dave, man.
And the funny thing about this is there's a lot of gay and lesbian employees that work at Chick-fil-A. It's a big, huge chain restaurant. And they said that they feel like they're the worst off out of it all because they got people on one side coming in saying, fuck you and your Christian views, blah, 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 blah. You don't support gay marriage. And they're like sitting there thinking I'm gay, but, they're not. Evidently, they're not going to say that they're gay because that has caused more controversy.
Lose their job.
And then they got the other people coming in there saying, good thing you guys don't support gay people, so think about the mental fuck that the gay and lesbian community that work at Chick-fil-A is having to go through right now by these people coming out. Because if the people wouldn't have came out and protested in it, then the other people probably wouldn't have lined up at the door to support it. That's what ended up happening. And it ended up making it bad for a lot of people. And my thing is, that comes down to, like, everything that we do. Whether it be, TV, real life, the internet. I tell people in a lot of my videos, hey, this is my opinion. If you don't agree with me, hopefully you'll respect my opinion. Please don't just agree with me just to agree with me, because I don't want to feel like... The only brainwashing I want to do on YouTube is watch my motherfucking videos. I don't want to brainwash you with, like, you have to believe everything I'm telling you. I've had people unsubscribe because they just brought up the smoking thing. Oh, he's smoking another cigarette, I'm unsubbing. Well, guess what? I can't stop myself because I don't want to. But what I'm getting at is that I just made a video called Do What Makes You Happy. And I think a lot of people, especially in the internet world, are, to me, unhappy people because they follow what other people tell them they do. Like, I don't condone smoking, but I wouldn't want anybody... I would never tell anybody, don't smoke weed, don't drink. I might say it's bad for you, but I would never say, iFlyILLINI, you shouldn't fly jets. Stop flying jets because that thing could fall out of the sky and you could die. You know what I mean? Like, that's to me what it kind of comes down to. And a lot of times, if a big commentator or somebody on the internet, or just Ray Williams Johnson or anybody like that, if they came out and said, this is really bad, no one should do it, there would be people that would actually say, he's right, I'm not doing it no more. I loved doing it. It was fun while I did it, but I'm not doing it anymore.
I have a couple things to say. One thing, T-Pro83 Gaming is saying in the stream, people are supporting the wrong thing. Support the guy, not the company. And the second thing I want to say is, if you want to hurt somebody or not hurt, in other words, like the guy who said it, the funny thing would be, if I was gay, which I'm not, but I'm just saying, if I was gay, I'd get married at a Chick-fil-A.
Get married in the park.
That's what I would do. I'd be like, baby, let's get married right here at Chick-fil-A.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yep, I'd get my freak on right at Chick-fil-A. Whatever that is, I've never been there. I don't know what it is.
You're gonna have to look one up. I bet you there's one. I bet you there's one close to you.
I'm gonna go in there dressed in drag.
Velocity, iFly's been talking here and there. I mean, iFly, is there anything that you want to discuss, talk about that's going on in life, the internet, whatever, TV, anything like that?
I mean, as far as what people are actually concerned about, not really. I think we've covered pretty much everything here.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? What do you think about Snoop Dogg changing his name to Snoop Lion?
I want to hear
That's
this.
a great topic.
Oh shit! I heard. I've hardly heard about that actually. I saw it like just scrolling through Reddit, and I didn't even think anything.
You should have caught it on my channel, because then you could have had more of an in-depth, discussion about it.
I wish I had.
But basically, Snoop Dogg came out and said he is changing his name to Snoop Lion. He is going to stop rapping, and he is going to become a reggae artist. Now, I actually like the Chronic, Doggy Style, Top Dog.
I like Doggy Style.
And I think Snoop, to me, after I think he started falling off a little bit, to me. And I personally think he's completely fell off. I haven't really seen anything that I've liked from him, and I haven't really seen anything recent from him anyways. So to me, it's kind of like, oh, I'm going to change all this stuff so I can be relevant again. And one of my beefs was he actually comes out in an interview and says that no rappers can fuck with him. He's accomplished everything that rap has to offer, and blah, 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 blah.
All I have to say is he's full of such bullshit, and all this is him finally coming out of the closet. He's been dressed up like a dog for so long, and he's always been a lion. That's a joke of the day. That's a joke of the day.
My thing is, Snoop and Lion do not go together at all.
No, they
No,
don't.
it doesn't. Snoop Lion just sounds funny. Like, what is that?
Yeah, that's weird.
Now, if he changed his name, if he changed his name to Snoop,
Lion.
if he changed his name to Snoop Marley, then I'd understand. You know what I'm saying? Like that's reggae artists. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like reggae artists should be offended by it. Like, oh, you're just so fucking good. You're just going to come into our genre now, and you're going to be a big reggae star. Fuck you. That's what I would have said.
He's not gonna do that much in reggae. He just wants an excuse to smoke more weed, which he already does already as it is.
All right, guys. I'm being asked in my chat for shout-outs. So we're not prepared for this, but let's go ahead and do it anyway. So iFly, one person on your mind that deserves a shout-out.
OG Walrus.
OG Walrus. Good
Yep.
dude. Good dude.
Yeah, OG Walrus is cool.
Yeah, he definitely deserves it. The reason why I say that is because I was consulting with him pretty much the entire week and a half prior to that video. I was sending him the scripts, talking about the legal possibilities of my channel getting taken down if it was claimed and stuff like that. So he was a big help in that.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely deserves some recognition for that.
Nice. Nice. Sinumatic.
Oh, skip me because I know who it is, but you know what's fucked up?
You gotta look up his name.
I gotta pull up the channel because I don't know what
Yeah.
the fucking channel is. All right, I got it. This is somebody that I feel like really, really deserves a shout out right now for what he's been through. That is Ricky Chops, a friend of mine that had to. He should have privated his channel. He had some stuff go down, and instead he thought he was going to be in trouble with his job, which, you know, YouTube is a hobby of his that he enjoys, and his job's what pays the bills. So he automatically deleted his channel, and he has had to come back and make a new channel, and repartner, do all that thing. So right now he has, I didn't look, I think, hold on, let me see. He has 817 subscribers. He had, what, 30,000 subscribers?
Mm-hmm.
And now he comes back and he's got 800 and something subscribers, and I just thought that was ridiculous. Like, I figured he would get him back, but I don't.
Yeah, and for everybody in the chat, we will come back and put these links that we're shouting out in the descriptions so that you can come back and find them. But we're not able to link it in the chat. So.
I'm putting it in the description right now. Right under iFlyILLINI's link. And I'm going to tweet it out.
iFly, is that your phone close to the speakers or your microphone?
I hear something. I don't know what it
Is
is.
that mine?
Talk about TSA.
Hold on, we still need to grab let's do Optimus. Who you got, man? Who's your shout out?
Yeah, Beastradamus is cool too, Game Master. But I already gave my shout out.
Oh man, I wish I could just shout out a lot of people, man. But I guess as of late, I would definitely say I gotta give one to my DayZ crew, one of my DayZ crew members. I would say Lloyd Milligan, which is COD Anonymous. He does some really cool tips and tricks DayZ videos, and he has some stuff on Respawn, and I've been gaming with him. He's a really cool dude. He has a good mind, and he thinks about a lot of stuff. And him and I talk on a daily basis. So, right, and I've been watching all of his videos, plus a lot of other people's too. I mean, there's so many good people on YouTube. It's hard to just shout one person. But right now, he's been really cool, and he does a lot of DayZ stuff with me. So we've been having fun gaming together.
Nice. So I am going to actually shout out King Zero. He trolls the crap out of me on Twitter. He really wants it. Actually, I'll show it to you guys real quick. he really wants this controller right here. This is a controller that I actually I hand painted and added the red buttons and did everything to myself. You can see it's painted all the way through. And so he trolls the crap out of me, saying that he's hiding in the bushes behind me, and asks me why I hide the alcohol in my house and shit like that. And just a really funny dude, and I think he's got like 177 subscribers or something like that. But just his interaction with me, he's never asked me, hey, shout my channel out, like my videos, anything like that. But he does produce good content, and yeah, so that's who I'm gonna shout out.
Josh, will you shout out my videos? No,
I shout you out all the time, but usually it's right before bed.
I wanted to say too, somebody in the chat mentioned Beastradamus, and I've watched a few of his videos, and I'm actually kind of mad at Beastradamus because I lose a lot of subs when I get angry. I can't hear you guys talking now.
Because we're not listening.
I'm sorry. So I lose a lot of subs when I get angry and make videos. Oh, that's why I gotta mute that. And then I went to his channel and I liked some of his videos, but he's always angry, and that's why people sub to him.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
you're not allowed to be angry. That's all I have to say. Who's gonna take us out? Because we're right at it right now.
Sin, take us out, man. Sin, take us out.
Take us
I'll
out.
be next week.
All right, make sure you guys, whichever stream you're on, make sure you guys check all the links in the description. iFly's channel, Wak, Optimus, mine, they're all linked in the description. My channel actually has 2 of my other channels linked in it because I'm a view whore. So if you guys want to check out Hip Hop White Guys, where we do hip hop discussions, or my other channel, Cinematic Raps, which has different content on it. And I don't know, does anybody else in here have separate channels?
No, I just got my one channel.
iFly doesn't need to have a second channel. He's officially blown up. Wak does have another channel, but I don't think he likes to give it out, so we're not going to give it out.
Yeah, I don't give it out because I hate you guys. No, I'm kidding. It's a totally different style of channel, and I just don't think that the people that watch my content here will watch it over there. So I don't promote it. One thing real quick that I want to start. Every week we're gonna ask you guys to leave comments, topics that you guys want us to cover for the next week. So whoever stream you're on, doesn't matter. Leave comments of topics you want us to cover. And before we shut it off, I want to make sure iFly doesn't have anything else to say.
I'm good, man.
One last thing.
We know you're good.
One last thing.
What?
Brutal Truth Debate or PKA? Which one's better?
Real truth, by far.
Oh! Boom!
Hands down.
We just got our first big YouTube.
Yep, that's all. That's all I need right
hang
there.
on, hang on. Let me explain why.
Go ahead.
And people, I can already tell people are not going to like this because I've seen in the comments already people talking about how I've been disrespecting PKA and stuff, and how Woody and Wing supported the video. But here's the thing, I didn't ask for any of that support on that video. They did that themselves. I never asked for that. So, and they invited me onto PKA. But I talked for about 15 minutes total out of 3 hours, and when I tried explaining stuff, they cut me off. So that's my explanation on that. And when I said it was a Woody and Wing show, that's exactly what it was, because all it was them talking the whole time. And
yeah,
so
I noticed even Only Use Me Blade had a hard time getting in there. So
yeah, and so that's the reason behind that.
And guys, if you're listening to this, it's no disrespect to Woody and Wings,
No.
yo. I like Woody and Wings. I have no problem with these dudes, and neither does anybody here in the stream. I'm pretty sure.
The biggest,
But the thing is, when he's making a statement based on how we are with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't run a podcast and have a guest and then just not even let the guy speak.
The biggest thing is, and this is no disrespect to nobody that does podcasts, Woody and them brought iFly on because he's the hot topic. He's the thing going on, and which we did also. I'm not gonna say we didn't, but Josh actually knows him, like has had conversations with him before this, so it's probably why.
Just
it's
so
a little
you guys
different.
know, Wak4863's name in real life is Josh. I don't tell my subscribers that, but if you go watch Sinumatic's channel, he'll say my name all the time, so it's not hard to find out.
We do watch PTFO live. We're actually,
You're just going through your comments now?
And if he says op, that means me. If Cinematic ever says op, it's me.
Me and Whack are actually friends with Chaos Silencer, Minnesota Burns, and who else on show? I always call him Loch Ness Monster because of his Twitter, but
Mr.
Technical Difficult. Yeah. Why do I always want to call him Loch Ness? Because of his fucking Twitter.
Because of his Twitter. You know what? We'll do this. Let's go for 15 more minutes because it seems like we're having fun. But something that I want to do is actually, this happens all the time in PTA, and I think it's crazy. And I think if you do this, you're crazy and have no idea what you're doing. But if you put your telephone number in the chat, I'm gonna call you on Skype. It's not gonna be everybody, but I'll pick one out of there. We'll see how smart my subs are and whether they actually do put it in there or not. And you have to put it in my chat because I'm the only one with the Skype credits to call.
That's right.
So
We're all the rest of us are broke bastards.
You're gonna have to
don't put it in my chat because I am not using my YouTube money on Skype.
You're gonna have to come over to Wak4863.
You'll have to loan me money for that.
My YouTube money goes on gummy worms and candy bars.
Me too.
Ooh.
You know what?
Speaking of
I'll
candy,
be honest. You know what I use my YouTube money on? I buy my daughter books with it. I give her my credit card from it, and I buy her books on Borders or what do you call it?
She must not be reading a lot then, huh?
Not Borders. What do you call it? BarnesandNoble.com.
there you go.
She must not be reading very often then, Optimus, because I know from the YouTube money that I make, I wouldn't be able to buy but like one book a year.
she gets like those Nook books or whatever for her Nook, not Nook. Yeah, she has a Nook Color or Nook HD or something like that, and that's what she downloads books. So she always asks me, Daddy, can I buy a book? I'm like, sure, here, take my card.
Hey, like 10 people have said TSA. What is TSA?
Are they talking about the airport security?
Oh,
yeah, TSA is airport security.
I thought they were talking about like YouTube.
That's the only TSA I know of.
The only security I know is top flight security, but.
Well, have them explain what they're talking about.
I've just seen it come up like 2 or 3 times. Now let's see.
What are they asking you, bro?
I don't know.
You're just saying TSA?
Someone said TSA, and then a minute ago I swore somebody said talk about TSA.
People are so weird, man. Even weird comments.
Well, maybe I'm just mixing shit up because somebody else says FFGSS. I don't know. Maybe they're just babbling.
I picked a number to call here, so we're gonna.
You know what they're doing? They're smoking weed while they're watching. How they're like.
You know, I do get asked a lot if I smoke weed, so I wouldn't doubt that.
Tell that dog TSA.
Hey, how do I get the comments to update?
Somebody put a number in my chat.
Talk about bronies.
You just say enable comments. All right, I'm gonna call this number.
If you want to put, he's calling a number. Sorry, but next time if you want to put numbers, you have to go to Wack's channel. His link is also in my description. Actually, everybody's links to everybody's channels. Obviously, you know iFlyILLINI, but he's in my link in my description as well. But just in case you didn't know,
I'm actually not streaming this because I thought I would get more people to come to you guys if I didn't stream it.
That's awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate it too, man.
Right, so the first
You're a good dude.
I dialed didn't work. You guys, did it me on your end, or could you guys hear the phone ringing and stuff?
No,
I can't hear.
We'll have to try that. We'll have to try that shit the next time. We need to actually toy with that one day, Josh, when we're not doing the podcast and just stream and get everything
on a
working.
Skype call.
I'm toying with it right now. Give me a minute.
That's what she said. And then you said a minute's all I need.
Yeah, that's all I got, man. A minute.
They are setting checkpoints at train stations. Well, I don't know anything about that right at the moment.
Setting what at what?
The TSA is setting up checkpoints at train stations.
Hey, what's up, man?
Damn, it's hot as a bitch here, man.
You didn't put your telephone number to chat.
Tell me if y'all hear this fan. If y'all do, if y'all don't, I'm leaving it on, man. It's hot as balls up in here.
somebody put the wrong number in there. But you guys couldn't hear him, could you?
No.
Okay.
That's what we gotta fix for next time.
It's not gonna work. We'll figure it out next time.
Sorry, guys. We'll do it next time.
We'll call exotic porn shops and stuff and ask them if they have 3-headed dildos.
Right?
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, man. Well, you want to wrap it up then, since it's over with?
Yeah, I think so. We're like 8 minutes over.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
let's
much
let-
wrapped
let's
up.
let-
Like,
let's
favorite,
let- let's
subscribe, tell your mama,
Yep.
all that good stuff.
Tweet it out. Tweet it out. Don't forget to
Yeah.
like the video. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget.
Definitely.
We're trying to brainwash you. We're trying to brainwash you.
Oh, man.
hit those links in the description,
Yeah.
and yeah.
We talked about TSA already.
Yep. Leave stuff that you want us to talk about for next week. We'll get back to our videos and check it out. So.
Yeah.
Oh, Cod Anonymous is saying y'all should put your name over your face. We can't because we never know which camera's
we're
gonna be,
on.
which screen we're gonna be on. So
We'll
it's
see if
kinda
we can
hard.
work something out.
We'll do
see
that
if we can
next
work
time.
something out.
Hopefully, eventually they'll just know our faces. I mean, I guess if you're new to the show, we'll have to announce I'm Optimus, I'm Cinematic over here, and Whack.
Yeah,
Whatever,
I was the bald prick faggot in my comment section today. So. That helps anybody remember.
I guess
Oh, man.
people probably called me stuff in mine too, and I just didn't pay attention well enough. So.
You know,
All right.
Whack, did anybody ever tell you you kind of look like that dude? What's that dude from
Uh-oh.
Fast and the Furious?
Yes. In fact, I will link you a video where a
Whack
guy.
is I mean, I'm not gay or anything. I'm saying, I'm honest. I'm not gay, but you're a pretty ass dude, man. You look like that dude from Fast and the Furious.
No, so I have a subscriber that actually took a picture of him, and it's what is it, like Paul Walker, I think is the guy.
Paul
you're talking
Walker,
about.
yes,
Yeah.
that's his name.
He took a picture of him from like Google, and then he took a picture of me from one of my vlogs, and he stuck it together and said that I was actually Paul Walker, and coincidence. It was really funny, but I used it as a thumbnail for that vlog after I got it. So I'll link you the video, and you can check out the
That's
thumbnail.
awesome.
But yeah, I have heard that before.
Nice. All right,
All
let's
right,
wrap
guys,
it up. Let's wrap
we're
it up.
out. Hit those links in the description. Check everybody out. Get over to everybody's channel and show some love. We'd really appreciate it if you'd like every video across all the streams. And I just want to thank iFlyILLINI, first of all, for coming on after he's gone through a lot this last week.
Hey, it's not me. It's gone through a lot. It's right. Don't feel sorry for me.
and the fact that he is our first guest. So he
Yeah, thank you
Really?
very
he's
much.
definitely top
Yeah,
dog.
you're our first guest, bro. Thanks a
All
lot,
right.
man.
Everybody say peace.
Peace.
See you guys.
Peace,
Later.
guys.
That was good.
All right,
Good
I'm
stuff.
done streaming.
Now I gotta figure out how
Good
to
stuff.
unlive stream. Hold on. That's something I don't remember how to do.
Look.
Gotta go to
Cinematic still streaming.
live events again, or the top part. I forgot how to do it, man. I just did it 2
Live
seconds
control
ago.
room.
Yeah, go back to your live
Yeah.
control room,
And then you gotta click stop streaming, and then you
Yep.
do.
and then you do your
Are
other
you
stuff.
sure you want to stop streaming this live event? No, motherfucker. I clicked the button.